What up, Giants fans? In today's show, we're going to touch on the latest news and rumors. We'll look at the playoff picture. We'll talk about some potential playoff matchups during Wild Card Weekend. Then I got to talk about Daniel Jones, Landon Collins, and this offensive line. But before we do, are you hyped about the Giants making the playoffs? Because when I woke up this morning, I had to, is this a dream? The Giants are in the playoffs. If you're hyped about it, go down right now and like this video. The New York Football Giants are going to the playoffs. It doesn't sound real, but it's happening, and I am excited about it. We're going to break it down on today's show. Make sure to give me a follow at @MarshallGreen_. I'll follow everybody back that DMs me playoffs, so I know that you came from this video. Welcome into Giants Now. Let's get it rolling. Let's start with a look at the NFC playoff picture and where it stands right now. How beautiful does it look to see the Giants at the 6th spot in the NFC playoff picture with an X next to them? And you might say, what's that X for? It's because the Giants have clinched a playoff berth. It has been an awesome season. I appreciate everyone that has tuned in, joined the channel, because look, we're not done yet. We got 2 more games for sure guaranteed, and I think a couple more after that. If the playoffs ended today, the 6th seed would be playing the 3 seed, which would mean the Giants would be traveling to Minnesota to take on the Minnesota Vikings. But that could change. If the Niners lose and the Vikings win this week, that means the Giants would be playing the San Francisco 49ers, and they would be traveling to San Francisco. So those matchups are not set in stone yet. So I want to ask you guys this question. Which one of these teams would you rather play? If you had to pick a team to play, who would it be? Type MIN for the Minnesota Vikings, SF for the San Francisco 49ers. For me, I would lean towards the Minnesota Vikings. I think they're a much more beatable team. San Francisco, I know Brock Purdy's a backup, but he's looked damn good. Their offense is still good. They got arguably the best defense in the National Football League. But look, the playoffs, that's primetime football. That's a spot where Kirk Cousins does not do well. The Giants lost to the Vikings 2 weeks ago back in Week 16 on a 61-yard field goal at the buzzer. The Giants can beat the Vikings. They can also beat the Niners, but if I had to choose, it'd be the Vikings. Let me know what you think. I know we're already talking playoffs, but we still have Week 18 to go. And we'll talk about what Brian Daboll had to say about resting or not resting the starters coming up this week. But I hate the Eagles, and I know you hate the Eagles. So let's not only beat them on the football field in Week 18, because that'd be cool, but let's beat them in the sub-battle. We're at 0 subscribers picked up this week. So is Philadelphia Eagles now, and I want to blow them out of the water. So if you love the Giants, hate the Eagles, and are looking for daily videos on the latest Giants news and rumors, go down right now. Help us beat Philadelphia Eagles Now, another channel here at Chat Sports. Sub for Giants Dubs. The moment I think a lot of people have been waiting for. Let's talk about Daniel Jones. First off, if I had my hard hat on right now, I'd tip it off to him because he played his best game in the biggest game of his career. A lot of people, as of late, think I'm a Daniel Jones hater. And if you looked at the comment section at the beginning of the year, it would have said, Marshall, you're a Daniel Jones truther, and you just love him so much. But look, when you play like this and you complete 19 of 24 passes, 177 yards, 0 turnovers, that's the most important stat of the day for Daniel Jones. When he doesn't turn the ball over, this team wins games. 2 passing touchdowns, but it wasn't just his arm that got the job done. He got the job done with his legs. He could do whatever he wanted. Whenever the Giants needed a big play, number 8, Daniel Jones stepped up. 91 rushing yards, 2 rushing TDs. I'm going to be honest with you guys. That was a performance from a franchise quarterback. That is what franchise QBs do. When you need a win, when you have to win to get into the playoffs, back against the wall, win and you're in, you need your quarterback to step up. And that's what Daniel Jones did yesterday. He arguably played his best game as a New York Football Giant in the biggest game the Giants have played in since the 2016 boat trip against the Green Bay Packers. Look, I call it like it is. I call a spade a spade. Daniel Jones was the best player on the football field for both teams yesterday. That's how good he was. I mean, just the maturation of Jones is so awesome to see because he's not the same quarterback that he was just 5 weeks ago. He's gotten better every single week. He adds a new wrinkle to his game. And as of late, It's been his ability to sit in the pocket, maneuver in the pocket, get away from the rush, get outside of the pocket, and make throws on the run off script. That is something Daniel Jones prior to this year was not the best at. He wasn't able to do that. But so far, in the past couple of weeks, he's hit Hodgins, he's hit James, he hit Bellinger for the 2-point conversion last week against the Minnesota Vikings. He has become a much better quarterback, moving outside of the pocket and making plays off of script. He's been great the past couple of weeks. I know I was hard on him in the Minnesota game. I was upset at that early interception, or I guess late interception. But look, I like Daniel Jones. I don't want that to be misconstrued. I know some people are going to be like, you're only rooting for him now because the Giants won. I would never root against Daniel Jones. If you watch the streams, if you're a follower of this channel, I think you know that. I hold him accountable because I feel like he could be really good in this league. He has all the tools. And right now, he's putting all those tools to work. So hats off to Daniel Jones. Let's show him some love in the comments section. Let's do it. Type those 8s for me down below his jersey number. I want to see the whole chat flooded with 8s. Probably going to get about 10,000 views on this video. I want to see 10,000 8s in the comment section. Show our QB1, the guy who led us to the playoffs, some love in the comments. We'll get to more news and rumors in a second. But first, I want to give a big shout out to today's sponsor, Rocket Money. The new year is here. The new me is here, and I'm saving big-time money this year with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Giants now, where you can organize and optimize all of your finances. They help you cancel your unused subscriptions with just a tap. Tap. It's an app that shows all your subscriptions in one screen and helps you easily cancel them, because there's nothing worse than looking at a credit card statement or a bank account, and you're like, why am I being charged for this subscription? I don't even use them. I don't even remember signing up for that. Rocket Money is going to help you cancel that with just a tap of a button. All your subscriptions on one screen. Helps you improve your credit score. It's awesome. It's helping me save money. If you have unwanted subscriptions where you don't want to have to call someone, go through a website and talk to them about canceling it, get Rocket Money. Optimize and organize your finances like I am. Go to rocketmoney.com/Giants now. We're going to talk about Landon Collins and the offensive line coming up. But first, let's talk about Week 18, because a lot of people are wondering, are the Giants going to play their starters against the Philadelphia Eagles? Are they going to rest their starters? Because they're pretty much locked into the 6th seed, win or lose. Dan Duggan covers the Giants for The Athletic, the best on the beat, in my opinion, said after reviewing Buffalo's history in these spots and listening to Dable today, I'm changing my gut feeling. Think they treat the finale more like a preseason game. Starters play some, but not the full game. We'll see. I always come back to this. Resting starters is always tricky. The bye week, in theory, sounds like the best thing in the world, right? You get to rest your starters. You get everybody healthy. You come in fresh. Another week of game planning. You get to be ready for that wild card game, but it doesn't always work out like that. Sometimes you look too far ahead. Sometimes you lose the rhythm. You get some rust, and you have to break that off in the first playoff game. Go back to the 2007 season, when the Giants played their starters in Week 17 against the New England Patriots. The Patriots won, but the Giants battled them down to the last second. That was a Tom Coughlin staple and will always be one of the biggest memories of him and his Giants tenure as the head coach. He played his starters in Week 17. The Giants stayed hot, no rust. They got into rhythm, went into the playoffs, and the rest is history. We know what happened. The Giants ended up beating the Patriots in the Super Bowl. So I want to ask you this question, because we've seen it work for the Giants to play the starters when they don't need to, but also they have some guys banged up. Dexter Lawrence could use a break. Leonard Williams could use a break. Xavier McKinney, Adoree Jackson, Saquon Barkley. What do you say? What to do with the starters? Would you rest them? Would you play them? Sound off. Type R for rest. Type P for play. Let's talk about number 21. 21. Can you do some for me? Landon Collins, what a game. He's been incredible. The last 3 games Landon Collins has played in so far. You don't got to push that, Jack. What a moment for him. The pick 6 yesterday. In the last 3 games, he has 11 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 sack, 1 interception. Since he has come to this team, after being signed off the practice squad to the active roster, he has been so good for the Giants. I am so happy for him. A guy that looked like he was out of the league, that was on the practice squad a couple of days ago or a couple of weeks ago. Big ups to Landon Collins. Type those 21s down in the comment section. I also want to give a big shout out to the offensive line because they are playing their best football as of late. In 2 of the past 3 weeks, the Giants have not surrendered a sack on Daniel Jones. And that's a big credit to guys like Andrew Thomas and John Feliciano and Nick Gates and Mark Lewinsky and Evan Neal and Ben Bredesen, the rotation they've had at the left guard spot. This offensive line has been the fuel for this offense as of late. I'm so proud of them. Look, you keep Daniel Jones clean in the pocket, he's going to be able to attack the defenses, and that's what he's done this week. That's what he did against the Vikings. Hats off to this O-line. Hats off to this offense. The first time they've scored 30-plus points since October of 2020. Yeah, you heard that right. The first time this team has scored more than 30 points since October of 2020. Make sure to give me a follow over on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. I'm following everybody back that gives me a follow. Just DM me playoffs so I know that you came from this video. The Giants are going to the playoffs. I'm pretty damn happy, man. I know if you're watching this video, you're pretty damn happy as well. If you are, like this video. And if you made it this far in the video, let's hit a real one roll call, something we haven't done in a little bit. If you made it this far in the video, go ahead and type real one so I know who finished the video.